Hello YouTube, today we're going to talk about Avatar, The Legend of Korra, Episode 3, The Earth Queen. If you would like to please watch the YouTube link to the Spanish version of The Earth Queen, please click on the link below. For many of you out there, you must not understand Spanish, so I'll give you a brief description of what is going on. The episode starts out with the Avatar crew aboard on the airship that take off to Ba Sing Se to meet up with the Earth Queen. On the airship, there's a new character that is introduced in Season 3. I don't know his name, but he is an airbender in Earth Kingdom clothing. On the airship, Bumi jokingly tests the young airbender's abilities and is immediately swept off his feet. The young airbender steals Bumi's wallet, convincing Bumi that the boy is a criminal. Jinora, the young airbender, proceeds to help Bumi up. The scene turns to Korra, Tenzin, and Jinora, who excitedly notice the great walls of Ba Sing Se. Korra asks Tenzin if he knows anything about the Earth Queen. Tenzin replies that he doesn't know a lot about her, but he knows that she's demanding. Korra then asks Tenzin how many airbenders he thinks resides in Ba Sing Se, which is the purpose of their visit to the great city. As the airship flies over the wall, Bolin and Korra hold their noses to the hint of bad smell. The district of Ba Sing Se they pass over looks to be very poor. The airship eventually passes over the Earth Kingdom Royal Palace and lands in front of a large golden palace. Korra steps off the airship first and is immediately greeted and welcomed by an Earth Kingdom native. The native tells Korra that the queen is allergic to animals. Bolin offers to hide Pabu in a shirt. The native walks the group to the house in which they will stay. But the young airbender gets distracted by the woman's earrings and leaves the group. So by now you can tell that the young airbender dressed in Earth Kingdom clothing is a con artist of some sort. The Golden Palace. So at the Golden Palace, the native takes Korra to the Earth Queen, and the queen quickly gets upset by another man who appears to be a hedge maker. The Earth Queen seems upset with the job the hedge maker did. So the Earth Queen is upset with the hedge maker because the bushes that he cut wasn't properly cut. So the Earth Queen quickly orders the Dai Li to take the edge maker away. So the Dai Li in this episode are exactly the same in Avatar, Avatar, The Last Airbender. They are very shady and they're up to no good. So the Dai Li Earth bends the duck-shaped hedge bushes into flat land, and they take away the hedge maker. So the Earth Queen turns to Korra and gives her somewhat a harsh greeting. She says something along the line, finally, the Avatar is here. However, the attitude isn't much of a surprise since the scene with the hedge incident. So the Earth Queen mentions Republic City, saying that the territory belongs to the Earth Kingdom. The conversation ends with the Earth Queen yelling at Korra, and the scene cuts to the rest of the Team Avatar and Ba Sing Se apartment. They talk for a few seconds, questioning the whereabouts of the young airbender boy. So Bolin refers to the young airbender boy as his own brother, but while Mako suspects that he's up to no good. Tenzin informs Mako that the young airbender is just a boy and irresponsible. Mako and Bolin then agree to look for the boy. The scene later cuts back to the Earth Queen's conversation with Korra. Korra asks the Earth Queen if she can help her find the airbenders in Ba Sing Se. The Earth Queen agrees to help Korra if Korra helps her retain money that was stolen from her robbers. So in the next scene, we see Mako and Bolin walking through Ba Sing Se, looking for the young airbender boy. At the one point, the Earth Queen civilians get blasted by a strike of air, and we see the young airbender helping the civilians out. But while helping them out, he pickpockets them in the process. So Mako sees the young airbender steal and runs after him. Mako eventually catches up with the young airbender on a monorail, but he bends Mako away and jumps right out of the monorail, watches Mako and Bolin take off with the monorail. So the monorail takes Mako and Bolin to another side of Ba Sing Se, which is the poorer side, and they realize they don't have money because the young airbenders stole their money and their passports. So the young airbender, the next morning we see Korra and Asami in the airship briefly talking. The young airbender appears to be in the back of the apartment where he is ordering breakfast with all the money he stole. Mako and Bolin, on the other hand, are walking back hungry. It's interesting to see how such a young boy can outsmart two men who are cleverly very street smart. So Mako and Bolin walk past some fruits for sale and consider stealing it. Eventually, the fruit merchant, who oddly resembles Bolin, jumps at them after a heated conversation. When three hit the floor, the fruit merchant father comes up and immediately recognizes Mako and Bolin. Based on what I understood in the conversation that followed, the man was Mako's and Bolin's uncle. The man's name was San. So the scene, after that, the scene cuts to Zuko flying in his dragon to the Northern Water Tribe. He and Tonraq are confronting Eska and Desna and irritating a conversation based on the music. It sounds like something important is going to be revealed. The scene cuts to Mako and Bolin with their uncle and cousin. The two brothers enter a house and are introduced to what appears to be Mako and Bolin's extended family. So we see that Mako and Bolin are not just alone; they also have a family in Ba Sing Se. Then it goes to a scene where Asami lands the airship and Korra and Asami get out and knock on a door. Korra makes her dislike for the area apparent and tells Asami that she wants to leave fast. Earth Kingdom soldiers proceed in an attempt to load something into the airship. The airship, presumably the Earth King stolen money. Out of nowhere, motorcycle riding bandits come out, and Korra and Asami brace themselves for action. Some odd-looking guy with a skull face initiates a conversation with Korra and then attacks her. For the next couple of seconds, we see Korra and Asami attacking the bandits. After that, it cuts to another scene where Zuko, Tonraq, Eska, and Desna enter a White Lotus fortress and approach a prisoner. The fortress is initially the Alcatraz of the Avatar world. It is safe to say that the fortress is initially the Alcatraz of the Avatar world. So basically, in the prison, you see a lady that seems to be in prison for 13 long years. She has a red or some kind of tattoo-looking thing on her forehead, but she can explode things with her mind, just like you've seen in the last series, Avatar: The Last Airbender, where there's a guy with the same exact tattoo on his forehead that can explode things with his mind. We see a glimpse of the prisoner, and she appears to be wearing a Fire Nation clothing. We only see her grin, but I'm really convinced that she looks kind of like Azula, but only that she is very young looking. In the next scene, we see Mako and Bolin eating dinner with their family. Bolin cracks a few jokes related to the size of his family, and his grandmother eventually takes the two up to a room where they will later spend the night. Korra revisits the Earth Queen, but doesn't seem too pleased. Korra demands to know where the airbenders are, but the Earth Queen tells Korra that her intel is wrong. She assures Korra that there aren't any airbenders in Ba Sing Se. Korra storms out and promises to find them. Afterwards, it goes to the scene with Mako and Bolin with their family. We see them eating again with their family, and Mako tells the family that he and the rest of the Avatar team have traveled to Ba Sing Se to find airbenders. His family gasps and explains that the Earth Queen is kidnapping and holding the airbenders in prison to run experiments on them. quickly afterwards, we see the young airbender coning another Earth Kingdom citizens for money. Eventually, he is cornered by two Daily agents who grab him with their infamous rock hands and throw him into a cell. Inside the cell, he sees numerous airbenders who've been locked up by the Daily. The Daily exchange a few words with the young airbender, and that's how this episode 3 ends.